Hey everyone, it's Helene. Welcome to the Vegan Stew. It has been probably a month since we've gone live, and we're dwindling. We're dwindling in Stew Crew stewness, I guess. But let's say thank you to our sponsors, VCon, this month for sponsoring our lives. And on Saturday, I think it's Saturday the 23rd. Wait, no, wait, it might be tomorrow. No, it can't be tomorrow. I think it's on Saturday. You can do yoga, face yoga with Tiffany, and you can definitely check that out. But also say thank you to Fabulous and Veg Key, Total Body Lab, Trupo Treats, Kathy Hester, Dojo Fresh, Cinnaholic, Terra Seed, Bernie Wild's Adventure Sauce, BB Kids, Hodo Foods, and Bitchin' Sauce for also being our sponsors. And if you go to virtualvegdresslive.com and hit the contest tab, you can enter to win one of those prize packs. Because we still have them, and there's 12 of them, and we would love to give them away to you. It'd be a great holiday present if you win the new November prize packs. We're going to talk vegan Thanksgiving, and it's going to be right now me and Kayla, and Sovereign is supposed to join in, and maybe Marla, and I guess maybe Shayla. We'll see, but for right now, we're going to talk food, and we're going to talk what we're doing for Thanksgiving. And I'm going to go grab Kayla because she's cooking. Hey, Kayla.
I am. Hi.
Well, before we went live, we kind of talked about your menu, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
So we also talked about how I'm in a boot and I have some tendonitis, bursitis, and some feathering in my shoulder. So, I mean, you're familiar to being injured, and this is
I am.
really no
It's
fun.
like being in a boot. It's no fun
Yes,
at all.
the boot is actually the easy part because I sprained my
Yeah.
foot in California when we were out there.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be 2 weeks on Friday. My shoulder has been since May, and it really hurts.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's like super hurts. So hopefully that will get worked on, and that's kind of like my update for like the past month of what's been going on. Besides the fact that I was in California and probably some other places, but I can't remember what they are because
you've been everywhere.
We've been a lot of places this year. That is true, and we're not done.
Yeah.
We got a couple more places to go in December.
Awesome.
Yes, which I'm excited about. But
cool.
Yeah. So what has been up with you?
Let's see. Well, right now, what's on our mind is just getting ready for Thanksgiving and running our 5K tomorrow. So that is exciting because I get to run again.
I know. That is amazing. How are you feeling?
Good. I've been running a lot. I've been running every day this November. I'm on a running streak, trying not to overdo it, but so far we're doing good. So I'm excited to run tomorrow. Maybe we'll win a non-vegan pie and I'll give it away.
That's great. That's a wonderful thing. And then, let me see. Do we know since last time? I think we talked about that you guys moved in together.
Yes.
Yeah. And how's that going?
Good. It's going good.
That's awesome.
We like our place. We're not supposed to have any pets, but my second job is dog sitting. So we've had a lot of dogs here, even though I'm not allowed to. But it's okay. Don't tell anyone.
I was like, this is the wrong place to do that.
Right.
So, but okay. They really aren't
told
there.
Everyone. But it's okay.
It's a stuffed animal. That happens
they're
to
good.
Bark
they're really good dogs. They've been really good. This one's been really good. She's a Siberian Husky. She's been really quiet. She doesn't ever bark. Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's
But the last big dog I had, she was high maintenance. She was a golden retriever. And a mix of Great Pyrenees.
That's a big dog.
Yeah, she was a really big dog. And she was very affectionate. So she wanted all the attention. She would be on your lap if she could be every day, all day. Followed me everywhere. And I'm like, you are such a big dog.
That's awesome.
Want to be a
Except
lap dog.
I know, well, it happens is when they're little, like little puppies, which that dog was
Yeah.
probably a big puppy, but still small. You're
Right.
like, oh, come on my lap. Oh, do this. And then they grow and they think they're
Mhm.
still that puppy size, which is absolutely
Right.
adorable.
Right.
Except for the fact that
Yeah.
you have like a 100-pound dog on your lap.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Yep.
I'm guessing Sovereign's going to join us because they are in the green room, but we'll see. We'll see if that happens. If Sovereign comes on over. Let's see. So the other thing I wanted to do to start this show was to talk about what we are thankful for.
Okay.
Because I think that's a good thing. And then we'll
Sure.
talk about food, and then it'll probably be a short
Absolutely.
show because there's so few of us and there's only so much we can talk about. And
Right.
we probably could talk food for a while, but
Yeah.
what so
Well,
it's a lot has changed for you this year. I mean, a lot has changed for you this year. So
yes,
tell
for
me
sure.
what you're thankful for.
What
Hello,
am I
Sovereign.
thankful for? Oh, my face is
Hello.
off here.
I didn't know how to get in. I was just reading.
Hi.
Oh, I would have brought you in. So Sovereign, we're
Perfect.
right now gonna talk about what we're thankful for. So Kayla's about to go, and then we'll go to you, okay?
Let's
Okay.
see.
Awesome.
What am I thankful for? I'm thankful for so much. I'm thankful for my health, number one, for sure, and my health of my family, which is very important. What else am I thankful for? I don't know. I don't know what else I'm thankful
I put
for.
you on the spot. Oh, that's funny. The old standby
I
is
should have thought
health,
about this.
love, family, living life,
Yes.
having a beautiful home.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Very
Definitely nice
important.
to have my own place, being
Yeah.
being in a good relationship, all of
Yeah.
those things I'm definitely thankful for at this stage of my life.
No, that's awesome. And a good job too, right? Your job's good?
Yes, yes, I have a good job and I work from home. I am thankful for that. Working
Oh,
from
that's
home is,
awesome.
I love working from home. I don't have to commute, and my commute was always stressful to me, and I always had high anxiety from commuting to work every day. So for me to be able to sit at home in my PJs and talk to people about nutrition is my dream job. So it's
That's
good.
awesome. That's like super duper awesome. Okay.
Yes.
So Sovereign, what are you thankful for?
My children.
Okay.
That's about it.
Period.
That's it.
You're in a safe place?
Mm-hmm.
Something to be thankful for.
Yes, that's true.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I won't say where you are, but it's nicer in the spring, summer
Yes.
than it is in the
That's
winter.
lucky.
So
We are getting cold in New York.
yep. Yeah. And are you feeling good?
What is going on with the mic? No.
You're not feeling good?
No. I mean, I'm being transparent, but no.
Okay. That's all right. I'm sorry you're not feeling well.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
We'll talk about food in a second.
Okay.
So, I mean, I always think of these questions, but I don't really think about what my answer will be. But I am super thankful that I didn't break my ankle, break my foot, because one of the things I fear the most with what we do is hurting my feet or my legs or that part of my body, because it's way more difficult to do things like run festivals when you can't use your legs. So the shoulder thing I've been dealing with since May, and that, gosh, I'm so thankful for my team, our VegFest team, because they wouldn't let me help, which is very hard. it was very difficult to not lift things and do things like that. But they pulled my weight. They did, oh God, they did so good. And we couldn't do it without them. So super thankful for that. And of course, Stephen and my home and my overall health and my fur kids and just it's always nice to like know that you have your home and you have a place to be and you have food on your table and a roof over your head, and to be appreciative of the fact and not take for granted things that are typically taken for granted. Having a car, having friends, having family, having things like that. Even though I don't spend Thanksgiving with family. Nope, not gonna happen. So they're not here anyway, but I don't think I'd be spending it with them even if they were, because we go to a good segue to food. We go to the country's largest vegan Thanksgiving in Durham tomorrow. And we did a pre-Thanksgiving last night in Chapel Hill. So it's really, how could you, you're pretty much having a vegan meal with 400 plus people.
Wow.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's definitely, how do I go? Well, let me go up to New York to the cold and let me go make food and sit at a table where it's furthest thing from vegan. Even though, like, back when I lived in New York, I would go and I started making Brussels sprouts, and I got you're not bringing Brussels sprouts. Those are gross, right? I know. I converted them. So like the next year they were like, "Are you bringing Brussels sprouts?" I was like, okay. Just remember that you were like poo-pooing the fact that I was bringing Brussels sprouts. And now you're like, those are the best things ever. So yeah, I just had some earlier actually. But yeah, so that's like our plans for tomorrow. We go, we help, we put out vegan literature actually at the event, and we're there like all day. And there's a big raffle prize, like raffles, and lots of cool prizes. And it's fun. It is I talked about it last year, probably the year before. It's what we do. It's what we do for Thanksgiving, and I have been doing, I'm pretty sure, since 2000, at least 2012, quite possibly 2011. So pretty much every year I've been here, except the COVID, it was takeout. 2020 was takeout and not dine-in. Then I went back to family style in 21, and then 22 went back to full buffet because the world is where it's at now. With it is what it is. So, so Kayla, what are you cooking?
I am making right now roasted butternut squash. Oh, you can see my butternut squash here. And I just made some roasted or cut up some Brussels sprouts. So I'm going to roast them together and then mix them together, and also put dried cranberries on there. And I'll probably put a little bit of syrup and cinnamon on my butternut squash because it's yummy that way.
Yeah, maple syrup on butternut squash is delicious.
Yes, it is. It's my favorite. And then I'm going to be making a quinoa dish. I call it like an autumn quinoa dish. So it's tri-colored quinoa with kale and butternut squash, roasted butternut squash. And I put a little bit of orange zest and orange juice in it. And that is actually one of my family's favorites. So even though my family is not vegan, but I will say my parents are eating more vegetarian. So I'm super excited about that. They've, started to get into learning about the blue zone and all that stuff. So now that they're learning about the blue zones and how they eat, they're like, oh, we want to eat more plant-based. So pretty cool for a vegan dietitian to have parents that want to eat that way.
Yes.
So that's super exciting. But the rest of my family is definitely not vegan at all. But my quinoa dish, and I like to share this story with a lot of my clients as well. This quinoa dish I've made before my grandfather was alive. He was he's not alive anymore. He passed away a couple of years ago, but he was a meat and potatoes kind of guy. Had diabetes, chronic kidney disease, everything, name it, right? Just wasn't very healthy. He tried my quinoa dish at one of our Thanksgivings and he could not get enough of it. He loved it so much. So I always share that with people because you never know what somebody might like. Like, even if your family isn't, necessarily plant-based or vegan, you never know if someone might try something and they might like it. Like you
Right.
mentioned about the
Brussels
Brussels
sprouts.
sprouts.
Yep.
Yeah, like they actually didn't think they would like it, but then they realized, oh, this is really good. You just never know. And I think that's the best way too to educate people is to not, not push on or judge others for the way they eat, but just to, bring a healthier plant-based dish and have them try it. And then that's a great way to start the conversation, but you want them to start the conversation. So, that's the best way to do it. Is just bring a dish that they're going to love. So I've shared this quinoa dish a lot of other places too. And everyone always knows for some reason that it's me that brings it. Apparently, it's a dietitian dish. They're like, Layla, you must have brought that quinoa dish. That was so good. Like, how did you know?
That's very funny.
Like, you're a dietitian. Of course, you brought the quinoa dish.
Yeah.
Okay. There.
Oh, that's funny. It's super healthy. So, can you talk about the blue zones?
Yeah.
Just to go there for a second so that people
I
who
don't know
don't
how
know
much I really know. I haven't seen the Netflix film yet that my parents have seen, but all I really know about the blue zones is it's where the healthiest people live, or the people that live the longest. They live in these blue zones. And so I believe there's, I guess, a documentary must be on Netflix. I assume it's Netflix. On the blue zones and how the people, how they live, their lifestyles, what they eat, all that sort of thing. So there's been a lot more research, I guess, in that area because these people are living long, healthy, good living quality lives, better quality lives in their older age than we do. Most Americans do.
Yeah, that's a given. Let me see if we can just do a quick search. Blue zones, live better longer, transform your life. Let's see. They work with cities to make them. That's like Greece. Dan Butner, Blue Zones founder, is an explorer, National Geographic Fellow, award-winning journalist and producer, and New York Times bestselling author. He identified the 5 original blue zones as places in the world with the healthiest, longest-living populations, including Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, Nicoya de Costa Rica, Icaria, Greece, and Loma Linda, California. How interesting is that?
Cool.
I know. And then some of these recipes on here are a tofu fried whole grains with crunchy cashews.
Ooh.
Barley butternut risotto. Asian stir-fry noodles. Udapam. Fire roasted cabbage or roasted chili chestnut sauce. Yuca cakes. So this actually, let me see what this is.
That's really good.
I know. Breadfruit.
There is a cookbook as well. My brother actually has the Blue Zone cookbook. It's a huge cookbook too. But there's tons and tons and tons of recipes in there.
Yeah, I just added the link to the Blue Zone's recipes. The first page, I pretty much listed almost all of them. They look amazing.
Great.
That tofu with cashews, I definitely want to check that out.
That sounds really good.
And then let's see, that one didn't go through, but that's okay. But yeah, so I mean, for me, tomorrow is it's a buffet. And the one odd thing about tomorrow is there's no tofu. Really. And there never has been in the whole
is there a
11
reason
years.
Why?
There is a reason why. I can tell you that the vegans who go scream every year about there not being tofu because we actually want tofu on the buffet. And Dilip, who runs it, made the decision to not put tofu on the buffet because when people think of vegans, they think that's all we eat is tofu. And so he wanted to show how you can eat like a full vegan, vegetarian, not vegan, a vegan Thanksgiving meal, Thanksgiving meal, and not have any tofu. But we all want tofu. I'm like, can you put tofu? I would love to eat
My
tofu.
turkey's made out of tofu.
I know. I'm just like put tofu on there. So I mean, every year we have the same discussion. Every year we go back and there's no tofu at the buffet. Yeah. There's seitan. There's tempeh. There's no tofu. So we'll do without tomorrow. Obviously, I can make it myself very easily and often do, but sometimes it's one of those foods you just like when someone cooks for you. So I mean that's like the big deal. It's like it's it has all the staples, mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes, and there's salads and there's breads and a bunch of desserts and shepherd's pie and the mushroom gravy, which I don't eat because I don't eat.
I just made a shepherd's pie.
Oh, that's nice. Here goes.
Show you.
Awesome.
Let's see if I can. Can I switch my screen? Maybe not. Just switch it over. There's my shepherd's pie.
There we go. It's coming into focus. There it is, sort of.
Focusing.
I know. It's like you got the blur on, so.
Oh, is that why?
Yes. There, it kind of comes in. That's awesome. Do you put mushrooms in yours?
Yeah. I didn't. No. I just did frozen veggies and mashed potatoes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, and then
lentils
the vegan ground meat. I thought it was lentils. I think lentils would be. I think I'd put lentils in it next time. But I had leftover crumbles, so I thought, might as well throw this in there.
Oh, that sounds great. That's another great dish that you're gonna have tomorrow. Oh, that's good.
Yes. Well, I might have that tonight. I don't know.
I'll
bring it tomorrow too.
That's even better. Just throw that baby in the oven.
So we had dinner.
So, Sovereign, what are you going to do? Talk to us about food.
Well, I don't celebrate what tomorrow is, but I think that the kiddos and I are going to take some recipes from KK's cookbook, which he has, which is called The Wizard's Cookbook. And we are going to, it's really cool. It was one of his gifts that he got. And they're like recipes that are inspired by like Harry Potter and Merlin, Lord of the Rings, Wizard of Oz, Disney, things like that. So we're going to go through it, and like Bewitched is a part of it. There's Beauty and the Beast, Doctor Strange, Dungeons and Dragons, Legend of Zelda, Goosebumps, Fantastic Beasts. So we're going to probably pull from, the Smurfs, Snow White, Nancy.
Is what the Smurfs, is the Smurfs a blue recipe? Is it is the food blue and white?
It is a blue recipe, actually. It's quite hilarious. There's like Willow, World of Narnia, Ulysses 31, The Witches, World of Warcraft. So we're going to go for probably from Lord of the Rings, they have a Radagast salad, and it's consisted of beets, watercress, mushrooms, walnuts, walnut oil, apple cider vinegar, and salt and pepper. And then, since Lord of the Rings seems to be what has been both of us, like it seems like we're all going on that, Alma picked out, let me pull his up from here. He picked out, because he likes anything that has to deal with mac and cheese. I'm like, well, we'll do a vegan version of it. Yep. Or pasta. So actually he pulled this one, which is going to be the interesting challenge. It's from Magica Dispel, but it's a pasta from the Lair, and it's mussels, spaghetti, olive oil, cloves, bouillon, tomatoes, and parsley. But for the mussels, there's actually, I'm going to utilize instead lobster mushrooms.
Okay.
He would get a kick out of that, and they're actually just delicious to do. And we're just gonna be doing possibly like desserts, probably as we're going through it, and just using the day to just cook, cook from here. So, and yes, the Smurfs one is blue pasta. You're like, is there anything blue? And it is blue. Now it is. This one is actually dealing with. Now it. Ew. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It's supposed. It says to use like blue candied spaghetti, and then it's supposed to have like chicken cutlets next to it. Like if I were to veganize this, I would really just do. I would make the pasta blue. You can do that with.
But it says blue candied spaghetti.
Yes.
What is blue candied spaghetti?
Blue candied spaghetti is just stringy candy. It's like the little like string candy that you can eat. They're like shoestring. Yeah, it's literal candy. Yeah, I'm like sure.
So it's a dessert, not an actual.
I don't know if it's a dessert, but it does call for chicken cutlets. Yeah, yeah. It's like it's oh my gosh,
that's so disgusting.
It says molecularized Smurf spaghetti. I think about that. So I guess it's supposed to be like if Gargamel, like a Gargamel caught the Smurfs and how he would eat them. I'm just like, all right, well that's great. But I'm a saw because it's blue, and I'm like, well, we're not gonna go with necessarily that theory right there. But we're just gonna go ahead and make because it just looks fun without the chicken part, like just the blue. And there's a company like the one that that does Sun. I think it's Sun Foods, where they use they have a indigo carrot powder, really fine powder that changes the colors of foods. That's really, really cool. So we'll use that and just make our own little version of the pasta. And I think that would be cool to do and just say, oh, look, blue. And we'll just say it's inspired by the Smurfs in a good way, not in the way that the book is saying. Okay. Well, I like the Smurfs. We're not think about it that way. Yeah. So, but we're just gonna play around with food and probably watch some cartoons or something like that tomorrow. So
the fact that your kids are going to eat a beet walnut. Oh my god, he's crawling on the floor, Kayla. That's hysterical. You needed to go lower. Like your football players. Like your football players.
That was fantastic. I just immediately thought of Smeagol and Gollum. I was just like, okay, what's happening there? Going towards the precious.
It was super, super awesome. So, oh gosh, what was I saying? Oh my gosh. Yeah, your kids eat like beets and walnuts and walnut oil and like that was not happening when I was a kid. Like not happening. Like Kayla too. Like I don't eat beets now. I feel like beets should taste better than they look. They're like so candy looking and pretty, and they taste like dirt and the earth, and it's not my cup of tea. So the fact that you're raising kids that eat foods that are like so well rounded is super impressive.
It definitely changed for like the little generations that are coming up now because of the when they were little, the food combinations as they're for like through the feeding. So like things like blueberries and quinoa and asparagus and this and the vegan versions of very very posh foods combinations for kids. So as they were growing up, they're so used to that. And I think it's good because it's starting them in a healthy, in a healthy direction. And for them to be able to kind of appreciate other foods or the wide variety of foods. Yes, there are some that they don't like, and that is totally fine. Like it took forever for me to warm up to the thought of zucchini squash after being tortured with it when I was little. So we couldn't leave the dinner table Like that was something that my dad would do. Like if you'd make it, and then if it's there, you could not get up. Period.
Unless you ate it.
You ate it, so everybody else would be gone, and I'm sitting there for hours. And it would be like the lights would be off, but my mom would then come downstairs and be like, "Okay, you can go." Like this is ridiculous. So it just, I didn't like it. There was something about the smell, and now I can eat it or turn it into like noodles and be completely fine. But I think it's because I reintroduced that myself on my own terms. And when introducing like certain things with kids, I'll let them try it. Like they like roasted. The only way that they got to like beets was they like it in juices. So if like when we juice, they'll drink it down. Like they don't even care as long as it has something sweet with it, like apple. And then if I do cook with it, they like it roasted with agave or like a little bit of a sugar, like something kind of a glaze to it. Yeah, they'll destroy it. But if you're like, here, try the beet raw, they're like, okay, you can go somewhere with that. We're gonna go over that way. You enjoy it raw. Let me know when it's cooked.
I know exactly the same thing for me. It's got to get rid of that earth taste.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm like, bleh, bleh. I don't like it at all. Yeah. That's like super cool. I think you're going to have a wonderful day. I mean, I'm going to cook on Sunday. Heather's going to come over. We're going to celebrate her birthday, and I'm just going to cook like a Thanksgiving meal on Sunday instead of like having one prepared for me. So I'm excited about that. I got the Gardein roast as opposed to the turkey one. And then I have potatoes and cranberry sauce. And I want to make, it's funny, I want to make more corn tortillas. I made corn tortillas before I got hurt, before I went to California from scratch. And they were amazing. Super simple, but it takes up a long time, but it's like super simple because you have to flatten them and then make them. And then you go to the next one. And when you have 18 balls of tortilla, I mean, if like 45 seconds to a minute on each side, and then you're looking at like an hour plus of making tortillas.
Yeah, they're fun to make from scratch.
So good.
Fun to make from scratch. Now I have to make fry bread tomorrow. That's what I want to make too.
Bread is like, yeah, we love making bread and pizza dough and stuff. So, and then I'll have people over for Hanukkah on December 9th. We're going to make latkes. So to continue like going forward with like more holiday stuff. And then
we celebrate Yule. So I'll be doing the winter solstice feast.
What's part of that?
So you're celebrating the harvest. So a lot of gourds, a lot of fruits, the turning of the seasons. So a lot of it is all winter produce that you're going to be consuming. And so just be making anything and everything that is using the abundance of what the earth has provided and just giving it thanks. So there's going to be a lot of pies and tarts, and the kids are going to be very happy. They don't care. They like food. So, but just being creative with those particular items and utilizing them in their capacity. And, just more really beautiful, and just giving thanks really in a way in terms of like giving thanks for the season that has passed and the new year that is coming into play, into full view, and blessings upon the new year, the incoming year, and that it's fruitful.
So, I like that. I in some ways that's like almost should be every vegan meal. Right? Because using the fruits and veggies that are in season is something that a lot of vegans will do, or hopefully plant-based people especially. And I feel like we tend to celebrate and appreciate our food a bit more because it's not coming from death. To be blunt, not coming from death. So, at least I hope so. I hope that people appreciate, especially, I mean, not just this time of year, but like all year round. People will appreciate everything you have, and that everything could change in the snap of a finger. That's definitely been a lesson for this year.
Oh,
is
yeah.
that life can change so quickly, and you you make decisions that you realize maybe weren't the best decisions, but you're stuck with what you chose. and and but overall, it's been an interesting year. Not one of the worst ones I've lived, but even with injuries, even with all that, it's still, I'm so absolutely fortunate to have that guy, the awesome guy in the other room, just having a play date with the dogs. I said, "Why you have some cuddle time with the pups while I'm live so that they don't bother me?" And he was like, "No." I was like, I said, "Play some games."
That's
It's like
great.
it's like, "I'm not gonna do that." So, thankfully, they're quiet, and Franny's right behind me. Actually, you won't be able to see her because the screen thingy. But Franny's behind me on the couch, which is nice because she's like being quite a little cutie pie. Yeah,
Aw.
super thankful for them.
Your pets are being nice. Luna's downstairs running around. We have a kitten, actually 2 black kittens, Luna and Hades.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Aw.
yeah. Luna is just Ama in cat form. I'm like, I can't handle it. I'm like, oh, Christ. So
It didn't take very long for the animal to take after the human.
oh no, not at all. Hades is very quiet and likes to hide. You can tell the
Oh,
difference too in terms of eye color too. Hades has really beautiful yellowish orange eyes, and Luna has like green. She is everywhere, and she does not care. She and Mama, they are best. They're like peas in a pod. I'm just like, I need for you to stop ripping up everything right now. And she's
good
like,
luck. Yeah, they're kittens, and I think one other thing also, if you choose to have pets, hey puppy, you choose to have pets,
"Hey,
then
Pupper."
you can't think about your furniture as being perfect.
Mm-mm.
Kayla, change your camera. There we go. That's better.
Oops.
um, yeah, I hate when people are like, I need to keep everything pristine, and you have like a dog and a cat, or dogs and a cat, and you don't want them on couches, you don't want anything scratched or anything ruined in your house. That's like saying it's like having kids and keeping like a white couch. It's not realistic. And maybe they do age into being, they still have fur. Oh, puppy. Oh, baby. What a sweetheart. Oh, man, you weren't
She's
kidding.
sweet. She's sweetest dog I think I've ever watched.
Oh, especially for not being home.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes.
This isn't even our home, and she's just so relaxed,
Yeah. She's like, I can hang here.
just hanging
That's,
out.
yeah, that means a lot. That's pretty much says like who you are, that she's so comfortable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I'm glad
for
they have
sure.
you. I'm glad they have you.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
anyone, I
definitely.
mean, this is just the three of us. Anyone want to say final words for everyone's Thanksgivings or Thanksgiving? As it really is thanking, making it so that we don't kill animals to celebrate a holiday. You know, it's like, I wish people got it. I wish people understood what was on their plate. I wish people understood how young the turkeys are, and how
Mhm.
they're bred to be bigger than they should ever, ever, ever be in a short period of time so that you can eat them, and how loving they are.
Mhm.
Everyone needs to go to an animal sanctuary, not a zoo.
Yes.
Not a zoo. Go to a farm
Mhm.
animal sanctuary or refuge where they save the animals, they don't eat the animals, and they have a premise of veganism. And go meet the animals. Just go.
Mhm.
Go check them out and have that conversation. And open your mind to that. Thank you for putting the adopted turkey for Farm
Yeah.
Sanctuary. Yep.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You could do that
Yeah.
too.
Adopt the turkey instead of
Yep.
eating one.
Exactly. Because Kayla, you volunteer, right? At Farm Sanctuary?
Yes. Yes, I volunteered at Farm Sanctuary. Yep. Yep.
That's
I've
super
gone
cool.
there a couple times. I've gotten my significant other to come with me, and now he is vegan. So it definitely works too. If you really want to see, if you really want people to see how you see why you eat the way you do, taking them to a farm sanctuary is, yeah, you learn so much, and just being submerged in that environment, people just like leave and they're just like, I'm never eating animals again.
It's hard, you know.
Really cool.
I went to the one in California, the Farm Sanctuary out there. It's the one I've actually
Yeah.
been to.
Oh,
And
cool.
with the
Yeah.
cows and the turkeys, I
Similar.
went to their actual turkey, meal, whatever they had back when I lived out there. This is a long time
The
ago
turkey
now.
celebration. Yep.
Yes.
They do that in
And
New York too.
yes,
Mhm.
it was like super cool. And at that time I was
Yeah.
vegetarian. So, and obviously the meal I'm pretty sure was all vegan. But
Yeah.
just hanging out with the cows and the pigs, you see it's hard to like see animals that are just loving as food.
Mhm.
At least you think, because like I said, you love your dogs, you love your cats. There's no difference.
No, they're the same.
There's no difference.
No, they just want to be loved.
And live, loved and
Yeah.
lived and taken care of,
Yeah.
because it's part of our
Yeah.
responsibility, because we keep bringing them into this world. We just take care of them.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
awesome. Sovereign, you got any last words?
Yeah. On the intersectional aspect of this, I will also during this time be doing humanitarian work and aiding for women and children overseas right now and what's going on. And
Okay.
it has been a lot to take in and to see as an empath and as a parent and just a human being. Religion has nothing to do with this. We need to do whatever we can and not stop speaking about it. Just as we advocate for animals, we have to look at it as we're advocating for all sentient. And what's wrong is wrong. And there are innocent lives in the midst. So I'm doing whatever I can to help. I'll probably be launching the store back up just specifically to make 3 items for the cause that will be 100% profit going towards Save the Children.
Okay.
And any other nonprofit organizations. And I will let you guys and keep those posted when those occur. But think of everyone. Stay safe. The world is crazy.
That is very true. That is something that seems to be getting worse. The world is crazy. The world is, whew, yeah. Whew, whew, whew. But that's a whole very long emotional topic that I'm not going to get into. So, it's not an easy one. But let's hope some hostages are released on both sides and there's a ceasefire, and be thankful for that when it happens, and that it does happen. Because that's it's a baby step towards it ending as opposed to it continuing. That's what we can hope, right? That's something we can all think about and put positive energy towards over the next few days. And outside of that, I would say, I don't know when this dude's going to be back. Maybe in a month. I don't know. It's hard during the holidays, but we should get at least one show in before the end of the year where we all can be on it. So I'm gone half the month of December, first half. So it'll have to be the second half, which makes it even harder. But looking at the calendar, so we could just look at December to see if that's like even possible. So maybe the 20th. Maybe we can do it before Christmas, which is far enough before, and far enough before the new year that we can all be on the show and talk about the year, because there's a lot to talk about. And a lot can happen in the next month too. So, well, awesome. Awesome. I'll close out the show. Thank you, Sovereign. And thank you, Kayla and boyfriend. All right, thank you for joining the Vegan Stew and learning about what our Thanksgivings are going to be like, our Thanksgiving is going to be like, or just our what we're going to eat tomorrow, which involves some blue food from Sovereign and her kids, or their kids. And as always, you can go to Virtual Veg Fest or the Vegan Stew or both on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when we go live, because it is sporadic. And follow our social media so that you know when we're going to live as well. All of us, you can see a little scrolling thing down there. It tells you who everybody is that is typically on the stew, and they would love a follow. Other than that, I'm going to say have a happy, healthy, loving, caring, compassionate day tomorrow and every day where there is no death on your plate, to be blunt. And we appreciate you and thank you for joining us. Bye.